Hey everybody, it is Phrase Readings and Oyuk. We are back again for another extended general collective reading for everybody. Sorry, I started really quickly because I was almost running out of, the time that I said I was going to start live. I was like right on top of it. So let me just get situated here. But hello, I hope you're all doing well. I hope you're staying safe. I hope you're staying in love as much as possible and staying away from fear as much as possible as well. Let me just adjust here. But yeah, before we get started, I'm just going to give you all a very quick explanation on my buddy here, Oyuk. So this is Oyuk. He is handmade by me. He was an idea that was channeled to me last year sometime in 2020 through spirit. They let me know that this little fluffy teal friend wanted to come through. He wanted to be manifested in the physical so that he could be here to encourage me to be able to speak my truth as well as to support me on a mental, physical, emotional, spiritual level. So, and another thing I should mention is that a part of his reason for being here is that he very much wants to be a light, loving, accepting, energetic support throughout these readings. So that's why he's present in all of them. So if you, again, it's just a very brief explanation on him. If you want to know more about him and the whole Fluffy Friends project, I do have some videos out there that you can check out. There's one on my Instagram called Explaining My Fluffy Friends, and I do have some posts over there where in the descriptions of them there's some more information. And then I do have a Patreon page. There's a link below to that. There's also a link to my Instagram below in the description here on YouTube. And yeah, my Patreon, I have about 4 or 5 other videos over there right now showing him off and the other fluffy friends I've made and explaining the whole thing, the purpose, the mission, all that good stuff in a little bit more detail. All right, guys. So before we get into the cards and the singing bowl, again, as I have been since the news erupted, I just want to leave some time and some space and some room in the beginning of the reading to mention and shed some light on the situation that's going on right now in the Ukraine with the Russian invasion and the war that broke out down there. It's absolutely atrocious. It's horrible. There's I'm sorry, I'm not laughing to make light of it. That's just something that I do when I'm awkward and I don't know what to say. It's fucking horrible. And there's a lot to be said about it. There's so much to be said that I don't even know what to say other than it's absolutely awful. I wish this was not happening. I can't even imagine what it is like to be there right now in the thick of it, to be experiencing it. Can't imagine what it would be like to lose your home, your job, people that you loved, to be in scary ass situations. Like, people are literally living in bomb shelters right now. This is how insane it's getting. People have fled the country. It's horrendous. So I would just ask that if you're here, you're present, and you're watching this reading, please either start or continue sending some love, some prayers, some protection, some light and good energy to the people of the Ukraine right now. Please support in any way that you can, whether it just be energetic like we're talking about here, or if you can donate to charities or different things like that. Our help and our support is definitely really needed right now, and please do not think that even if you're just praying that it doesn't make a difference, because it does. It's needed and it does make a difference. Your prayers and your light and your support is really important right now. So if you can do that, that would be amazing. Thank you. I really appreciate you doing that. I don't know. I'm gonna leave it there. Again, I apologize. I'm not trying to kind of laugh and make light of everything. That's just what I do when I'm like, I don't even fucking know. So we're gonna transition out of that and we're going to get into the singing bowl, joining together for some energetic cleaning, clearing, cleansing, healing, and just overall getting ourselves in the right energy, the right mindset for today's reading. And yes, I do always send this good energy to the people of the Ukraine as well, and anybody who needs it, really. All right, so let's get into that. Alrighty, everybody. So I hope you were all doing well out there. Hope you're staying safe, staying in love as much as possible, and staying away from fear as much as possible. Again, I do acknowledge it's a very heavy, interesting, tumultuous time in the collective right now. So there's a lot of feelings and emotions swirling around. So I will give you a gist of what came out in part 1 on Instagram. I definitely recommend that you watch that before sitting through this one if you haven't already. But we have the Strength card coming out first in the upright position. Then we have the Four of Wands also upright. And then we have the Hanged Man upright as well. So it's a very interesting, complex, kind of hard to explain situation thus far. But what I'm getting is that this may be related to a romantic relationship of sorts where both parties are kind of having a hard time as individuals, and I don't know, it's just like they go about things in a different way. So it's like, you know, we have one individual here where the energy I get from them is their kind of style and their way of figuring things out and moving through difficulties is to kind of just like bludgeon through it and just be like, nah, I'm not letting this defeat me. And they just, I don't know, they just blow through it. It's very much like kind of like a stubborn bull energy with this card. And you know, then we have this person who likes to take a step back, reevaluate things, go within and figure things out on their own, and not like push through things and force through things. They like to think on it. So this is like the thinker, and then we have the doer. And then in the middle of these two energies, like trying to figure their shit out and trying to understand what's going on and doing things the way that they do them, we have the union, the relationship, the balance and the harmony here in the middle. And there's a whole lot of interesting messages going on. Again, I really urge you to watch part 1 to get everything that I talk about in that reading. But it's like we have this feeling of separation because these two individuals operate so differently. But within that feeling of separation of like, oh my God, we're so different, like how could it work? We have the unity and the separation, and the differences are actually what bring them together and tie them together even closer right here in the middle. So something I just want to point out very interestingly, because I was saying in part 1, is the Hanged Man energy. I get a very soft, cool, watery energy from this, and then the Strength card, I get a very warm energy from this. This is also giving me divine masculine, divine feminine, or just feminine and masculine energies. And for me, the way that I see those energies is one of the ways is through color, and I see it through orange and blue. Can't tell by what I put on my orange shirt today, my Every Child Matters shirt that you can't see fully, and my little blue grandpa plaid thing. So I don't know, I thought that was very interesting. And I guys, when I woke up today, I had every intention of wearing a black t-shirt like I normally do, and my orange shirt was just there screaming at me like, no, like you're gonna wear this. So here we are. And then I felt called to put this on, and again I almost put a black one on, but I was like, no, you need the blue one. So it's very interesting that that's coming out. So I apologize that we're already so far in the reading. I barely talked about anything, but we're going to get into it. We're going to get some more tarot cards. We're going to get more clarity on the situation, because the energy has been a little bit stuck up and not like super free flowing where I'm like rapid fire, here's what's going on. So it's a little bit stagnant in that regard. So okay, so we have the Page of Swords. So I'm getting miscommunication, like struggling to communicate. Also, I apologize that you can see my drawing tablet right here. I try to like angle it out of the way, but with this new wider lens, oh my goodness, so many fucking swords are coming out, and one just flew. I'm gonna see if I can get this without messing everything up. Okay. Whew. Okay. Interesting. So we have a lot of swords coming out. So, okay, so we also have this on the bottom, which I'm very drawn to, the Two of Swords in reverse. So we're going to talk about them. So the Page of Swords in reverse. So to me, the Page of Swords is, you know, the immature, isn't fully seasoned, hasn't done their fair share of learning how to wield their words and their sword properly, right? Like they're still learning to communicate, but it's in reverse. And then we have the Knight of Swords right next to it, upright. So it's like we're learning, we're growing and maturing, we're figuring out how to communicate clearly, concisely, and properly, and we're feeling a lot more confident with ourselves, and we just want to kind of like move forward and just say the damn thing. So I'm getting, this is going to be a bit of a different reading because I'm getting so strongly they're two different people's energies, not just like one person. So these energies to me, I'm getting are one of the people. I'm getting, because we have the Knight of Swords, this is probably more of the Strength card person's energy of like, okay, like I'm maturing and I'm figuring out what I want to say, what I have to say, and the right way to say it, because I'm figuring out how to use my words properly. So again, they just want to rush through and be like, here's my truth, here's what I have to say, and they want to communicate that, right? But then we have the other energies coming through, and I'm getting that this is more so the Hangman energy. One of these two cards not clear about, so we'll talk about that one in a second. But we have the Two of Swords energy here in the reverse, and then we have the Five of Cups energy upright. So I'm getting again that this is the Hangman energy. I'm suddenly feeling very emotional and like I want to cry while we're talking about this. So I'm really feeling the grief within this energy. And again, we do have these two cups here, and then we have the three cups that are spilled. So what I'm getting, and I apologize if you can hear the emotions in my voice, it's just, it really hit me like a truck talking about these. But so it's like we have the two cups. This is the two people, you know, this coupling that we're seeing here. And with these two other cards, the Strength and the Hangman, we have this relationship behind this person here, right? So they know it's there, and they're close enough to it that they can acknowledge it and they can feel it. It's funny, the way I put these down, this kind of Strength card just hopped on top of the Two of Swords, so we'll get into that. There's like, I don't know, the cards are talking very clearly but not super clearly at the same time. So again, this person, this is the Hangman energy I'm getting. They're really focused on what they've lost. They're focusing on the spilled milk rather than, you know, the full cups, the fresh new cups of milk that they have behind them, if that makes any sense. So it's like they're really stuck and grieving some sort of loss. With the three cups I'm getting, it's multiple losses. It's maybe different past relationships, past friendships, past situations. Even I'm getting past versions of themselves. They're really going through a grieving period, a process of grieving and feeling and healing right now, and that's really what they're focused on, and that's why they feel the need to step back from this person and being this Hangman energy and try to get a new perspective. They're like, okay, I gotta go and I gotta feel through my feelings, I gotta dig up my shit and work on it and deal with it, because I'm just hearing like, I don't feel good for this right now. I don't feel good for this person. I don't feel good for this relationship. And I barely even feel good for myself right now in this energy. Again, all the fucking emotions coming through right now. So that's the Hangman energy. And then, so we have the Two of Swords in reverse. So this person is closed off right now. That's the energy I'm getting, but they don't want to be. And because we have this kind of Strength card that hopped on top of this card, what I'm getting is they're closed off. What way? They're closed off to this person, but again, they don't want to be. And this person knows that, you know, this Hangman energy is closed off to them. And I get, because they're the energy to just bludgeon through things and make it happen and just kind of charge forward and be stubborn about things, they're coming in here in this energy into this person and being like, hey, don't be closed off to me. I'm trying to help you. And they're like over putting the energy into this person right now to try to get them out of it. But this person's in the Hangman energy. That's not how they operate. They want to step back and have time to themselves. So this person is like, okay, you're taking a step back or you're blocking yourself off from me. My inclination is to now be all the way all over you even more because that's how I operate, and I want to show you that I care about you and I want to support you. Whereas this person is like, that's not how I operate. Please get the fuck off me. I need to take a step back and I need to figure this out as to why I'm closed off like this. And I don't know, there's something very interesting, I guess because they're both upside down, but there's just like something I'm seeing here. Like that's the thing. This is what I'm getting. So they are in this energy, or they have been in more so in this energy upright, where they're completely closed off. They don't want to see, they don't want to deal with it, and their arms are crossed like this. But then their arms are crossed behind their back, because this is more so how they want to be. Again, with this in reverse, they don't want to be like this. They want to be open, right? So they're in the Two of Swords, their arms are crossed over their heart, because they're like, I don't want to feel, I don't want to engage this space right now. I can't deal with this relationship. But then with the Hanged Man, again, they want to open that space up and have their heart space open. They don't want to be closed off, but the thing is they're very hurt and they're grieving, and they have a lot of things that they're going through and that they're feeling through. Now, this is where this card comes in that I don't think is necessarily super related to one or the other. This is kind of this middle card here, like this Four of Wands would be, yes. So we have the Five of Swords, almost to the Seven, but the Five of Swords is about conflict. So I'm getting there has been conflict in this relationship, and both people, they don't want to have conflict between them, right? They both want to just drop the swords and walk away. But I'm getting that one person here is more apt to just kind of like throw in the towel and give up when shit gets rough, whereas the other person, I'm getting this person who is like, see, it's so interesting how I put these cards down. I wasn't trying to do a spread, but we have these two cards in the middle of like kind of the middle energy, and then again we have these two cards on either side of these two in the middle. So we have like this, I want to say dichotomy, I don't know if that's the right word, of separation and union all at the same time. And again, these two energies being separated by a middle energy, but also kind of brought together by them. So they both want union, they both want balance, they both want peace and harmony and that stability together as a unit. They both don't want to fight, but there's this struggle because I'm getting like these two little people in the background would be the hangman energy of like just throwing their sword down, throwing in the towel, giving up and feeling defeated and like literally walking away like, oh my God, like with their hands in their face crying, right? Whereas this person who's now picking up the pieces, picking up the sword, and they're looking back at these two people, they're like, this person has the energy of this strength card. They're like, no, that I want to make it work. that's the energy that I'm getting. So again, we have the one person that's feeling really down on themselves and really feeling defeated, with the symbolism of these two people, but I'm getting it's like one person's energy. I'm getting they're feeling very divided within themselves. Again, they might be really having a hard time with getting used to the new side of them, and again grieving an old side of them, like the person that they used to be. So what I'm getting, they're having there's a big divide between these two forces, but it's within them, so they feel very separated from themselves, and that's why this is reflecting the relationship as well, is because this person isn't even whole and complete within themselves and fully accepting of themselves right now. They're feeling again very detached from these different states of themselves being connected and being one within them. So of course they're struggling, and this person, they have it more together right now. They're not feeling this grief and this sadness. Again, this person just wants to come through and communicate and share all that they've learned and all that they've healed and that they've worked on. They want to share it with this person. They want to support, and this other person is just like not ready for that right now. They're not here for that at the moment. And it's interesting, these two cards that are in the middle, we have the progression of a 4 and a 5. And so yeah, 5s do indicate change and transformation, so there is a lot of change and transformation, but again, there is a progression, steps forward. So even though it feels like things are really stuck and stagnant right now, there is a progression. Things are moving forward, even though it may not feel like there is. So I'm going to get some more cards. I know we're kind of getting a little bit long here, but there's a lot to be said about the situation. There's a lot of emotions flowing through it as well. I mean, this strength card person, like, you're fine, you're doing great. Okay, so there's the Ace of Swords in reverse, and this is on the Hanged Man side. I kind of like separated them, and then this one. Okay, so then we have the Judgment card on the strength card side. So I guess for ease, we'll call like the Hanged Man side the like cooler side, and then we have like the hot side here with the or the warm side, we'll call it, with these strength cards. So the cool side has lack of communication, right? Like, we're not communicating. Again, this is retreating, going within, not wanting to say much. You're not having the words to say, not knowing what to say. And then we have, the Judgment, wanting to make things better, wanting to resurrect and have a rebirth of the situation on the warm side here. This person that kind of has their shit together better. Okay. And then, yeah, we have the Nine of Cups in reverse on the cooler side as well, of feeling really down on yourself, feeling like you don't have anything to show for all the hard work that you've put in to yourself, to whatever you may have been working on. Again, this is kind of like a defeated feeling. You're not feeling satisfied, because the Nine of Cups upright is like satisfied with yourself and the time and the work and the effort that you put in. And then we have the Two of Wands upright on the warm side. So it's interesting how you see we have all of these reverse cards, or all of these kind of down. That's very interesting that this card is showing itself, because I actually had a dream about this last night. It's very interesting. Yeah, all these reverse cards on the cool side and all these cards about not feeling good about yourself, feeling kind of defeated, having a hard time. And then on the warm side, we have all these cards of like, yeah, I'm good. So it's interesting. Yeah, we actually have an extra card. Do we? No, we don't. Never mind. Never mind. We have equal cards on all sides here. But yeah, this hangman man, I just want to say, like, this person is going through it, and I feel for them. Like, I really feel for them. Again, this reading is like almost making me cry for this person. I mean, I'm not worried about the strength card person. They're like, they got their shit together. But yeah, so they don't have the strength in them to communicate right now or to even say exactly how it is they're feeling. They're just really going through it. And again, they're really feeling down on themselves, really feeling dissatisfied. Now, we're going to talk more about the strength card person because I feel like we already touched on that. But yeah, again, like they want things to be better. They want things to come back together into a place of harmony. They want to revive the situation. They want a second chance. That's the big one. They want a second chance. Maybe these people broke up. And they're not together right now, so this person wants a second chance. And again, they're really, really looking forward into the future, and they're being very optimistic, right? They're very stable and they're grounded in themselves. It's interesting that we have this image of this guy holding this wand into the ground now, because I saw in part 1 these two wands being separated. Each person gets two, and they're both holding them in each hand and putting them down into the ground to kind of like root themselves and find some stability. So it's interesting that we have that image here. So it's exactly like I said. So it's interesting. So we have wands, and then we have the two swords. So one person has these wands. The wands are kind of more of a creative force, right? A force to build things on, whereas this can be seen as a more destructive force, these swords here. So again, we have one person who's in a softer, a warmer energy. Again, the wands and the swords here really highlights that warm and that cool side that I'm talking about. You know, swords are very cool, very cutting, very cold, right? And then we have the wands, which are very warm. I mean, you can light them on fire and make a fucking torch. Like, so this person in this Two of Wands energy, again, they're very stable, they're very rooted, they're ready to create, they're very passionate, they want things to get going. And this person in the Two of Swords energy, they're closed off right now. I'm getting like numb, very detached, and not in a positive way, because a certain level of detachment is definitely good, but they're detached from themselves, different sides of themselves. They're detached from this person, from this relationship, from communicating. Like, they're just like shut down right now is what we could call it, like beyond detached, like shut down. If we have different levels of not being in it, it's like shut down. Like, we could do like detached, numb, and then shut down is like the big one. That's what I'm getting. I can't express that enough right now. And again, because they're just feeling really down on themselves and on everything. And it's very interesting that this hanged man, his head is, you know, in the upright position, his head is upside down, he's in reverse. And then we have like 3 reverse cards on the side of this person. So I'm going to get one more card just to go kind of in the middle for these two people. And then we have the World card. So very interesting. And then we have the Six of Wands on the bottom. So we have completion, and I'm going to look in the guidebook for this card as well to get more things on it, which is very interesting that we have, you know, on either side 2 major arcana, and now in the beginning, or in the middle, I should say, but in the middle we have the completion, and then we have, again, the Six of Wands, which is victory. So, I mean, it looks like things really will be okay and things will work out. It seems like the person on the warm side will get their way. They will have a second chance and a resurrection, but it in time. That's what I'm getting, because we just, if you're here and you're resonating with being like the strength card person, the warm side, you can't rush the process of this hanged man person. They have some shit they got to go through. They got to heal through it. Like, they really need to. I'm here. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling all the emotions. They have some things that they have to work through and heal first before they're going to be good for you or even good for themselves. So the World is, here we go, assured success, route, voyage, emigration, flight, change of place. So we have like assured success. This situation will work out is what I'm getting. And again, we have that card smack dab in the middle. these two cards. And you know what I'm just realizing is so crazy is I was talking about how we have the progression for this middle line of cards that's joining these two separate people over here. We have 4, 5, and then we have 6. So we have 4 in wands, 5 in swords, and then we have 6. So again, there is a progression, there is steps forward. Like, things will move forward, things will be okay. Again, I'm feeling so emotional right now. Like, things will be okay. Things will work out. Again, there will be a victory, assured success here. I actually want to look at the guidebook just to see the 6 of Wands, to see if there's any cards or any words that relate to what we just talked about for the World card. So, so on the surface, it is a victor triumphing, but it is also great news, such as might be carried in state by the king's courier. It is the expectation crowned with its own desire, the crown of hope. So there's hope. There's hope for the situation, and there's hope for this person, because again, the strength card person, they're solid in who they are. They might have some things to work through. They might even be triggered by this hangman person's energy and the way that they're acting and what they're going through right now. But they're very stable in themselves, and again, they're wanting to move forward. They're very optimistic. They want a second chance. And again, I'm not saying like everything is all doomed for this hangman person. Absolutely not. They're really in their shit right now, and they're really going through it. So there's not really any cards on their side right now that is like, I don't know, it's just different, right? Because the strength card, we have cards that are clearly like, yeah, no, you're doing good, and like this one is like, you're going through it, man. So again, we do have that kind of dichotomy, and I'm getting so many messages from this reading. I know we're getting pretty long here, but I'm going to keep it going until like I get out these last few that I'm getting. But it's like, even though I'm not getting a whole lot of messages that this person, this hangman person, will be okay, they will be. They really will be. I mean, it's like there's no other option. Like, you will be okay. You're just really going through it right now, and you really have to go through it right now to feel through it. And something that I'm getting is this hanged man person, they have this idea of like, okay, I'm going through it right now. Well, I can't be in a relationship, or I can't be good for this person right now because I'm going through it so much. Like, I'm just in such tough time. And it's like they don't see and understand that they're still lovable no matter if they're going through it. If, you know, no matter if they're in a good place or a bad place, they're really like down on themselves and thinking like, okay, I'm in a bad place, so I'm not lovable, I'm not good for anybody. So again, they're creating even more separation by thinking that they're not worthy unless they're in a good place. And a message that I'm getting here is that actually, if you're in a partnership like this, it seems like it makes more sense for one person to be going through it while the other person is really good, because this person who's doing good can really help you out and support this person that's going through it. But this hangman person doesn't quite see it this way right now. They're like, I'm going through it, so I can't be there and support. Like, I'm just bad for this person and for people around. And this person, this strength card is like, the strength card person, I should say, is like, no, you're fine. Like, you're going through it. I'm going to be here to support you. Like, it's fine. One day I'm going to be going through it, and I'm going to be looking for your support. And I know that you would be there for me and support me, whether I'm going through it like you are right now or not. So it's just a weird separation that's going on right now, because this hangman person, or sorry, the strength card person is like, I don't get why we gotta be so separate right now just because you're going through it. And to the hangman, that's the only logical option. And again, getting this person has a lot of deep wounds, a lot of deep trauma that they have to heal through, they have to process. And the way that they work, how they operate, they just want to do that on their own. They haven't quite learned to allow other people to be involved in their process like that anymore. So as much as the strength card wants to be involved, and hopefully this hangman will open up and allow them to be involved, this person in the hangman energy, they like to do it alone. That's what makes most sense to them. That's what's worked for them in the past, and they're clearly still really stuck in the past with the shit that they're going through. So they're trying to work through it. So I don't know. But again, we have assured victory, assured success, whatever the wording was for the world card in the guidebook. Again, I do think the strength card will get their wish to have a second chance at this relationship. I think the hanged man will come around eventually. It seems like they just really need to be with themselves and really need to work on themselves and heal. And I do think this like taking time away from the partnership is helpful for them, because it seems like they are focused too much on how what they're going through is affecting their partner, rather than just focusing on the healing that they need to do, right? They're too focused on, oh my God, like I'm going through it. I can't be going through it with my partner because I'm not good for them. I'm not good for anybody when I'm in this energy and when I'm going through it. And that's not the truth. Everybody is inherently worthy, no matter if you're going through something or not. Life is not about being perfect and sunshine and rainbows all the time. And this hangman person wants to be perfect and sunshine and rainbows all the time, because that's how they see the strength card. And especially because the strength card is sunshine and rainbows right now, they're like, well, I don't want to fucking bring you down. That's the big thing, is they care so much about this person, they don't want to bring them down, is what I'm getting. So they're like, I gotta fucking take a step back, man, like talk to you when I'm feeling okay. And yeah, hopefully it doesn't have to remain this way. So I apologize if again you can hear all the emotions in my voice. Is a very heavy emotional reading for this half of the coupling here, but yeah, I think that's everything, so I'm gonna leave it there. I sincerely hope that if this is your situation, that you enjoyed, that it resonated, that it provided some clarity. I guess some final advice: if you're the strength card person, be patient and give this hangman person some space if they're requesting it. If you're the hangman person, don't expect yourself to be okay all the time. Don't beat yourself up for going through a rough time, and you don't have to push other people away or be completely alone to be going through something or to deal with stuff. You can allow yourself to be open to accept help. All right, so again, I'm gonna leave it there. I hope you enjoyed. Have a wonderful rest of your day, morning, evening, afternoon, night, whenever you're getting here. Yeah, definitely keep sending thoughts, prayers, light, love, protection to the people of the Ukraine right now. They really do need it. Take care of yourselves, guys. Work through what you got to work through. You can, I don't know. There's a lot to be said on this, but I'm gonna leave it there. All right. So again, have a wonderful rest of your day, night, morning, evening, afternoon. And my buddy, you can have see you all real soon. All right. Goodbye, guys.